I was standing at a crossroads with three possible options. My head was full of doubts, and deep inside, a voice. Reason was telling me that the first two options were the most sensible, considering my age, my circumstances, what I'm supposed to do. But that voice... What if I fall? What if I never get back up? What if... Alright, let's jump. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another chapter of Life in the Mountains. I'm Nessa, and I can already tell you that very soon the landscapes you'll see here are going to look completely different. Because yes, after turning over in my head many times what to do with my life, I've decided I'm leaving. Where am I going? Hold on, don't be in such a rush. You know, a good story always needs a bit of suspense. You know, I like to share this adventure that is life in a way that brings some kind of value. So today, I want to take you through my thought process and the three possible paths I've been considering. My first reaction was, obviously, to pick this option. I would move to a city in Spain where I could afford a room in a shared flat, reasonably cheap, find a normal job, and wait a year while working on my project during my free time. But every time I thought about it, my heart shrank. And that inner voice asked me, is this life? Is this what all these changes have been for? You know, sometimes we ignore who we are because we're afraid, because we think differently from the people around us, and we end up believing there's something wrong with ourselves. But it's not wrong or right, we're just different. The act of truly knowing ourselves without judgment, without seeing ourselves through other people's lenses, and accepting ourselves as we are, that is pure gold. So, that takes me to moving to some European country like Ireland to work in a hotel or cafe. I thought, if I'm going to serve coffee, at least I'll do it while becoming fluent in English. And also, I could learn how a cafe works. Who knows, maybe one day I'll open one of my own, filled with books and cakes. Again, the idea was to work on my project in my spare time, keep saving money, and after a year, reassess and see where to go next. But even so, that voice kept whispering. Don't you think it's time to do things differently? Don't laugh, but I asked ChatGPT where it recommended I should go. Among several options, it suggested Portugal's Algarve, specifically the town of Lagos. And funny enough, when I asked about Portimao and Faro, it told me I wouldn't like them. And honestly, it was weirdly accurate. So, as you can see, my trip to Portugal wasn't just a whim. It was a test. To see if I could travel and keep working on my project, to see if I missed the sea and the sun, and to find out if Portugal could feel like home. After hours of battling my mind, sitting on that stunning Algarve coast, trying to really listen to that voice I kept ignoring, it started growing louder and louder. One of you, in a really beautiful comment on that video, said something very powerful to me. Jump and the net will appear. So I started to think about my current safety net. Could I adjust my leap to the net I already have? Which brings me to what might sound like the craziest option. One of my dreams when I moved into this house was to build my own mobile digital project. That way, I could choose to move around if my soul or life itself asked me to. I must say, right now, this project is just a tiny seed I water every day. But that hasn't started to sprout yet. Winter has shaken it a bit. So I sat down again to ask myself these questions. Can I change the order of my dreams? How far can I go? Because sometimes we dream of doing things when the right moment comes, and we always find excuses not to jump. In my case, I don't own a place to live, I don't have a job, I don't have kids, I have nothing left to lose. But I do have some savings I can stretch. Friends and family I know would offer me their coach or a bed if everything goes wrong. Resources and skills to find work if I need to. And, as you know, within a year, I could go back to a stable and well-paid job if it all crashes. So, why instead of only thinking about what can go wrong, don't we start thinking, what can go right? Path number 3 is about giving myself 6 months, 100%, to truly try. No side jobs, no half bets. In a place completely unconnected to my pain, somewhere far from everything. A place to heal and build up myself anew. Because think about it, what sense did it make to have left my old job broken with everything just to keep playing it safe now? And besides, if that plan fails, I can still go for either of the other 2 options.
So, my beautiful friends, I had planned a better scenario than that, but days are so gloomy and it's not going to get better. So, that's what it is. It makes me super happy and also scared to death that very soon we are going to Bali. Yes. This is not a holiday trip. I mean, I plan to work hard in there. My project has changed a lot since I had the first idea. Now I don't really know where it's going, but I think maybe changing the scenery completely will help me a lot. And if not, it will be another adventure. I don't know, I've been searching a lot about Bali and so, you know, I only find those YouTube videos with those fancy Instagram poses and everything is beautiful and all 20-year-olds and so, and well, that's not my idea at all, because my plan is that it's going all in on my idea, my project, because I know if I ever want to have a place of my own, just like this, a little cottage somewhere, maybe Ireland, I would love that too. I can't do it with my old job. I mean, this is now or never. So I thought the best way to figure out is moving away from everything, change completely the scenery, push myself into something completely different that moves me a little bit, and let's see what can I get from there. It's not the most comfortable and easy choice, I know, but it's the only one that could make me move forward in the direction I always wanted to go. So, this is a bet on myself, this is a challenge, this is a new adventure, and this is something new for you too. So, yeah, you are moving from these gloomy, rainy mountain days and this always the same type of warm clothes to something completely different. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm freaking out. I am. I'm a little bit anxious. Oh gosh.
Before I go, I want to ask you, have you ever made a decision that almost everyone around you thought was crazy? Or have you ever faced a difficult choice and ended up surprised by the outcome? I'd love to read your stories in the comments. See you next week. Goodbye.